Okay, so let's talk about motors, generators, and electromagnets. The first one that we're going to talk about is the electromagnet. What an electromagnet does is it creates magnetism through electricity. Here's a very simple drawing of an electromagnet. Notice we have a battery with this wire, and this wire is wrapped into a coil, and then there's an iron nail that's stuck through that coil, and the wire attaches to both ends of the battery. All right, so electromagnet, it can create magnetism through electricity. The ways that we can create a stronger magnet, there are three ways here. You guys know that we do a lot of multiple choice questions, so you can probably gather what kind of question I would ask here. But the ways that you can make a stronger magnet is by adding more coils. The more coils you have in this wire, the stronger the strength of that magnet is going to be greater. You can add an iron core like a nail. So by putting this little nail in here, it would make it a stronger magnet. We could also use a larger nail, like maybe even one of those railroad bolts or something like that. That would be a really big iron core, and it would make that magnet become stronger. We could also increase the current, and it would also create a stronger electromagnet. Now, when we talk about electricity and magnetism, they kind of go hand in hand. Electricity can create a magnetic field. So just like with the electromagnet that I showed you, can create a magnet out of electricity. The magnetism can also create an electric field. So let's talk about the motors. The motors we talked about previously, but motors take electrical energy and convert it into mechanical energy. What happens is it uses magnets. Let me enlarge this a little bit for you so you can kind of see this rotating around. The electrical energy does convert that into that mechanical, that motion. It uses magnets to push and pull to create the actual motion there. We also have generators. Generators, as I told you once before, you may be familiar with a generator just through like tailgating. Some of you may have grandparents that have a backup generator in case something were to happen and the power goes out at their house. But generators take mechanical energy and it converts it into electrical energy. So it's another way that we can get electricity if, let's say, that our power does go out. Or if we're in a spot like at a tailgate that doesn't have any electricity, it's how you can get some electrical energy. So what generators does is it moves a coil of wire in a magnetic field to produce that electric current. Here's a big vocabulary term here for you, but we do call that electromagnetic induction. With generators, you know that they're different from batteries, so they do produce that AC current. And the power that powers a school or powers your house will always come from a giant generator. Typically, that giant generator is somewhere far off. Here's just some examples of what some generators can look like. That link actually doesn't work, so I do want to try to show this to you real quick and see if we can get this to work. If it doesn't work, though, guys, you're welcome to kind of look through and see some different motors and generators. Okay, so maybe you should just look this up, try to YouTube this magnetism, motors, and generators, and I think it will help you to kind of look at it and see the difference between them. But you can, like I said, go through and YouTube and watch a couple of different ones to help you understand the difference between your motors and your generators.